1.9 seconds was the interval across the line as the white flag comes out. There's Michael Andretti in pursuit now. But remember, if the engine would falter at this moment, things could change. Oh, what a great gamble they've taken. And it looks like, in fact, it may pay off. Greg Moore up off of turn 3, now off of 4. Looking at the checkered flag. The gamble pays off. Greg Moore takes his 5th career win. His 4th on an oval. Now we're going to take it back. Second comes across, third. Look at this battle for 5th.
Oh!
2 to go, yellow.
It's Greg Moore in the middle of it, Paul.
Moore slides backwards, another car involved. Got hard into the wall. Should give the race to Fernandez. He's going to do it. He's going to come onto the straightaway, but you still got to hold your breath a little bit until, in fact, he passes underneath the checkered flag. He takes it. Adrian Fernandez back-to-back wins at the Twin Ring Motegi.
Okay, 1 to go, 1 to go. White flag, white flag.
Chip Ganassi calls it for you. You saw Jourdain's car there at the edge. It will not be a factor in the final lap. Order remains the same. Montoya, Franchitti, Herta, Fernandez, Fittipaldi, Gilda-Ferrin.
If you're in this position, Paul, you're just going, come on, baby, keep running. You really want to be very clean here. You brake just a tad early. Give yourself just an inch off the wall, but not too much. You can't get off the racing line.
He has the time, 2.2, as they went under the white flag separation, Montoya to Franchitti.
Back in his pits, everybody there that's worked so hard for so long, getting these cars ready for this race after Motegi, their hearts in their throats, fingers crossed.
Oh, this kid is good. So very, very good. Juan Montoya, his 3rd race in the series, looks for his 1st career win.
The man. You are the man.
There you heard Chip Ganassi say it.
You are the man. Great job. Great job.
Oh, without question, the 39th winner in kart history, and the name
That guy
is Juan Montoya as he thanks the crew. Look at that. There's a happy guy. He saw it first 2 weeks ago. He sees it first again. White flag. Less than a mile to go for Montoya. Down the backside. Jones, Tracy D'Amato are nose to tail.
These guys aren't giving up, Paul.
Montoya slows, comes off the corner, takes the checkered flag, takes the win. Battle for second is going to be it, and it's not much of one. Jones, Tracy D'Amato, but those are going to be 3 very happy men. That's a major accomplishment for all of them. Montoya wins in 2 races in his first 4 starts and equals the performance of Nigel Mansell back in 1993. Almost all the way through the dirt as he comes down to overhaul Patrick Carpentier. White flag. Final lap for Juan Montoya. Darts off in the corner. Franchitti can't catch him. Franchitti will remain unchallenged as well. There comes Franchitti onto the back stretch. Now Fittipaldi onto the back. Incredible accomplishment by this rookie driving for Chip Ganassi. Montoya, who'd never raced a big car on an oval before, then scores and scores again. And look at the team. The checkered flag, the victory, goes to Montoya. He continues his lead in the championship points, and Chip Ganassi, the celebration begins. Though Jimmy Vasser was out early in kind of an unprecedented situation for that team who never has mechanical failures. Now it's going to be decision time. White flag comes out for Michael Andretti. 1 to go. And Michael Andretti gets around Little Al. Castroneves does too. Al lets all 3 of them pass. Top 3 are still in contact onto the backstretch. Michael Andretti could well be on his way to a win. 1 more corner, and it doesn't look like Castroneves is going to have what it takes. There is still some traffic ahead. They come off of the corner. Michael Andretti roars toward the finish line, and Michael Andretti takes his 38th victory. It's been 24 races since Michael's last win. Newmanhoff takes the win. Helio Castroneves with a brilliant second. And Dario Franchitti in third. This will be a remarkable run if, in fact, he is able to make it all the way as the white comes out. And if, in fact, he would run out, how far can he coast? And can he coast and still keep everybody back? We've seen some races end exactly that way. Rick Mears, Johnny Rutherford ran to the finish that way. But now, fourth turn. Paul Tracy comes to the line. And look at this, an amazing victory as Paul Tracy takes his 14th career win. Paul Tracy, unbelievable how far he was.
Guys, great job.
Paul Tracy congratulates and thanks the crew. He carries that car with the help of that crew an amazing distance in scoring his second win here at Milwaukee and the first since St. Louis in 1997. So he comes from being in pretty serious trouble last week at St. Louis to the victory here today. And the green team is happy about that one.
Tony.
White flag.
White flag, white flag, white flag.
Just under 2 miles to go now for Jill DeFerrin. The strategy may be about to pay off. The driver, the crew, the owner, they all did exactly what was demanded to win this day. Now all they have to do is make it through this final lap. Montoya crossed the line 5.2 seconds behind DeFerrin. Franchitti will be working on Montoya as they come on this final lap.
What a great Father's Day gift for this father of two. Jill DeFerrin, a tremendous race car driver, very, very intelligent young man, also one of the nicest people you'd want to meet on the circuit. They've worked so hard and so long, and now it looks like all that effort in these Goodyear tires has come to fruition.
Without question, one of the nicer men on the circuit, a collection of really fine individuals anyway, but Jill DeFerrin spends a lot of time with his fans, a lot of time with us, makes the final turn as he comes off the corner and weaves down to the inside. Checkered flag is there. DeFerrin is waving, and Jill DeFerrin.
Great job, Jill. Good job, good years. Great job.
Jill DeFerrin takes it. Montoya holds on for second. You're welcome, Jill DeFerrin. Third career win. 50 races since his last win. Jan Beekes? Montoya through the first turn for the final time. Looking very strong.
What a brilliant drive once again for Juan Montoya. He's conquered street courses, road courses, airport circuits, ovals, all in his first year in Champ Car competition. What an amazing young man he is. Tremendous car control, some of the fastest hands and reflexes I've ever seen, which has been echoed up and down the pit lane. Very disciplined, very focused.
Montoya works the final set of turns on this race course. Just one chicane separates him from victory. DeFerrin will come across the line nearly 9 seconds later as Montoya slowed slightly down. Winston Cup is next. Bob Jenkins, Benny Parsons, and the gang standing by.
Great job today, pal. Great job. You're the man. That was a hell of a job today.
And Chip Ganassi congratulates his driver as Juan Montoya scores his 4th win of the year and extends his points lead. And it's the 3rd win in a row at Cleveland for Chip Ganassi and his team. Christian Fittipaldi looking for his first career win. This is his 72nd start in the series. But Parker, this is a track that has been good for first wins. Jacques Villeneuve scored his first here. Dario Franchitti a year ago, his first. He is on his final lap. He's seen the white flag.
What a great year for Christian Fittipaldi. He got his first pole position in his home of Rio in Brazil. And now finally he can see this dream come to fruition here at Elkhart Lake, Road America, Wisconsin. This is the time where the best person you can have behind you is your teammate. He's got a 3.5 second lead. He knows that he can breathe a little bit. It's when the driver starts to hear sounds, rattles, shakes that he hasn't noticed the entire race. You say a silent prayer or maybe even out loud to make sure this thing can get to the checkered flag. There's going to be a lot of jubilation and a lot of emotion with only 2 miles to go at Road America.
Not long now to what may be the second win for Newman Haas this year. The first 1-2 for Newman Haas since Detroit in June of 1996. But the most important of all, a final long straightaway run for Christian Fittipaldi. The young Brazilian out of that magnificent magnificent racing family. His uncle Emerson, his father Wilson, the crew. You think they're holding their breath in that area? Christian Fittipaldi leads it. 72 starts, one final turn, climb the hill. Michael is still there, but well back. It looks like it's going to belong to Christian all alone. They come up the hill. Christian Fittipaldi, the elation in that cockpit is going to be awesome. He's finally done it. Christian Fittipaldi becomes the 7th different winner in 10 races this year and the 5th driver to score his first victory at Road America. White flag comes out to the leader, Dario Franchitti. Dario and Paul Tracy have never finished 1 and 2. They may just do it now. Christian Fittipaldi does not appear to be in attack position for Paul Tracy. In fact, Paul seems to be moving a little bit forward. Maybe they're going to try and get a nice formation when they cross the line. Dario Franchitti, should he win it, will be the 8th different winner this year as he works on his final lap. Tracy crossed the line 2.7 seconds behind last time around. Be Franchitti, then Tracy, Fittipaldi, Moreno, Pappas, and Fernandez. Those are the top 6 as they came to this final lap. Last driver to lead all of the laps. Yep, Dario Franchitti, Houston last year.
Great job, mate. Awesome job. 1-2. Wonderful. 1-2.
And Team Green
Great job, guys.
has done it. Team Green finishes 1st and 2nd, Franchitti, and then Paul Tracy. Now 1 lap to go. Max Pappas is on the final lap for Bobby Rahal. Kanaan crossed the line 3 seconds behind him. Montoya 4 seconds back. Down the back straightaway. Will Max Pappas become the 3rd first-time winner this year? It sure looks that way. He runs out of fuel. He runs out of fuel. Kanaan screams past. Kanaan screams into the lead. Montoya's trying to chase him to the line. Oh, so very close. Montoya jumped low at the line. It looked for a moment there like Pappas was just slowing for the flag, and then he slowed further. And by 32 thousandths, Kanaan takes Montoya, and Pappas has to give it away. Back at Belle Isle, and our Toyota Spotlight has some action for you. Montoya trying to get around Moreno for 8th. They touch. They both slide off. They both restart. That's the view from Montoya's car. That brings out the full course. And then Cristiano D'Amata, as they came back to green, bottomed in a bump coming off of one of the corners just past the start-finish. Destroyed the car. Allenser Jr. spun to miss it. He actually hit the wall at a safety zone where the equipment comes out. Dario Franchitti scores the 5th of his career, 2nd of the season. Helio Castroneves stuck with it, made it across the line, and now Franchitti will have 5 points on Montoya as they head off in 1 week to Mid-Ohio. Castroneves, he comes across the line in 7th place. One quick update. Final lap for Juan Montoya. Tracy came across the line 11 seconds behind. Franchitti, as he came across the line, was really not in a challenging position on Tracy. Jimmy Vasser, 14 seconds back.
And Paul Chip Ganassi doing some cheerleading for Jimmy Vasser. He'd like him on this last lap to be able to somehow get by Franchitti and deprive him of 1 more of those precious championship points.
Well, that, in fact, is a possibility at this point. Montoya's going to encounter some slower traffic down as he gets to the lower elevations of the course. This turns him back up the hill and back up toward the pit area.
He'll just lay back here, Paul. He's got such a big lead. He's not going to take any chances or push.
Juan Montoya on his way to his very first win on a natural road course and his first win since Cleveland.
Beautiful, beautiful. You're the man. Great job today driving. You did a great job driving today.
Montoya, his 5th win of the year.
Okay, white flag. 1 to go. 1 to go.
Franchitti is not going to be in a position to attack. Moreno will separate them down the backstretch. It's still going to be Vassar, Pappas, Castroneves nose to tail as they fight this last lap. Montoya is looking to break that rookie record and a 6th win in this first season as Montoya has done it.
You are the man, baby. You
6 victories. Here's that bell. Look at this as Max tries to make his move on Jimmy Vassar. Max goes high, goes low. They come off of the corner. And the battle for third resolves itself with Max Pappas not able to pass Jimmy Vassar. Vassar is third, Pappas is fourth, and Helio Castroneves comes across in 5th. Back in front to Montoya. He will see the white flag. There it is. Montoya now knows there's 1 lap to go in this timed race. The clock has in fact just run out as he crossed the line, so Montoya flashes across.
Plus 7.5. Plus 7.5.
Battle is back at second place. Carpentier and Vassar. Don't forget ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Final lap now for the entire field. White flag out to everybody. Battle still at second. Guzman runs alone in 4th. Then D'Amata, Castroneves. And that battle between Tony Kanaan and Richie Hearn.
Even on this final lap, look at Montoya slide the car with a 7.5-second lead. He just never slows down, Paul.
Montoya working the final corners now. 7.5 seconds as Chip Ganassi told him. Coverage coming from CBC.
Go easy, go easy. Don't worry. You're the man. Who's the man? You!
Montoya with a little dance.
You drove like a champion today.
Oh, the congratulations of the team. Here comes the run for second. Carpentier takes second, followed by Vassar. Here comes Guzman. D'Amata, followed by Hearn. And a close call between Magnussen and Castroneves at the line. So long.
He's dominated, and he's done it once again.
Last lap, no mistakes here, babe.
Bobby Rahal talking to Brian Herta. And remember, Brian Herta's future is very uncertain right now as well. This is going to go a long way to helping him close a deal for next year, but the indications have been for several races now that the likelihood of him being back in this car driving for Bobby Rahal seems to be slim.
There are only a handful of drivers in the world that compete at this level. The openings are few. These drivers are not only driving for position, but literally their careers, their futures. On that last lap, Brian Herta pulled out another 0.3 of a second on Roberto Moreno. This is so important to his future. You know that he's pushing hard, but he can't afford to make a mistake. He just has to come down the hill now, get around the last corner, and then look for that checkered flag. A huge weight will come off of Brian Herta's shoulders and hopefully open some doors for next year.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer man, Brian Herta, a full mile an hour faster on the last lap. Looking now for his second career win and first back-to-back winner at Laguna Seca since Paul Tracy did it in 1993 and 4.
Beautiful, Brian! Beautiful job!
1 lap to go, and they've got him lean down even more, Paul.
Well, he's got plenty of pad. Boy, listen to the engine, though. Listen for any hiccup there.
Nice and steady.
Coming up next, World News Tonight Sunday. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Watching Paul Tracy, he's still under power. Circulating on the final lap, Dario Franchitti crossed the line 13 seconds behind Paul Tracy in second place. Then Michael Andretti, Max Pappas, Brian Herta, Mauricio Guzman. That was the top 5 as they passed under the white flag, signaling 1 more lap to go. And here is the unofficial results. Tracy's going to take it. He takes the checkered flag.
Great job, mate. Great job. Now, the TV people may be talking to you on the radio, okay?
And in fact, I'm on the radio. Paul Tracy, this is Paul Page. Congratulations, nice job.
We are not going to be able to interview Dario Franchitti at the end of this run, but it looks like in one lap you will see him win, and you will see the championship go on to California Speedway in Fontana, California, as his battle with Montoya continues, and he will take the points lead to the race at Fontana. There he is, Dario Franchitti, working the last lap.
And the mindset for Dario Franchitti, very different than anyone else in this race. You can see the distance he's giving himself out to the walls, giving himself a few feet. He still has to stay on it, has to stay focused, has to concentrate. If he starts to slip out of concentration now for just a moment, he could throw it all away. But for Max Pappas, Fernandez, and the group behind him, they're all pushing extremely hard.
Cristiano D'Amata comes into the pits. Of course, he has been reporting trouble. Paul Tracy will remain, if he remains in position, in third place in his ongoing battle with Michael Andretti in the points. But Dario Franchitti, who this year the Scotsman has proven to be the master of the temporary street circuits, and this is as tough as they come. In his quest for the championship, he has done everything required to this point, and he will leave here with 9 points over Juan Montoya and with the victory. Max Pappas will now chase him to the line. Here comes Dario Franchitti, and Dario Franchitti takes the win at Surfers Paradise. The Gold Coast is golden for Dario. Max Pappas will scream for the line in second place.
The white flag comes out for Adrian Fernandez. Rest of the field flashes under the white flag. Fernandez on the backside. Is the gamble about to pay off for Fernandez? Off of the final corner, Adrian Fernandez takes the win. The gamble pays off, and it's number 5 in his career for Adrian Fernandez. And here comes Montoya. Unchallenged.
Stay on it.
And there he goes.
You're the champion.
He crosses
You are the champion.
line just behind his rival, Franchitti. Chip said it. Juan Montoya, as a rookie, takes the championship. He owns the PPG Cup for the next year. Now the checkered flags fly on the entire season. Everyone being called to slow down, move to the pits. New winner, new champion. And there is your new champion, Colombian. Juan Pablo Montoya takes the championship.